Lazio's were just playing at a higher level than Juventus. It's that simple.
Well, Juventus weren't playing that great throughout most of the season until their last
Exactly.
game.
And yet they were still top of the table. Just like Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, Dortmund were there, Leipzig were there. Now everyone's come back, and Bayern Munich go, okay, we're the best in this league. Let's win this league.
Well, let's get into
Juventus
that
were to
match
come back.
because that was a big talking point
Okay.
from this past week.
Simple, easy, clean.
I mean, I don't think it was that clean of a result. It was a very
No, it wasn't.
back and forth match, in my opinion.
It was actually
exciting.
It was one of the more
It was
exciting.
very exciting.
Yeah.
1-0 victory, it was a very exciting match.
Yeah, Bayern Munich do get a 1-0 victory over Borussia Dortmund. A fantastic goal from Joshua Kimmich. The simple question I would have to ask is, did you ever feel Dortmund were going to score?
No.
Exactly.
Only in the first 5 minutes.
I
Because
mean,
that's what happened.
Well, yeah.
in the first
I-
half.
I'm
Haaland with the like, what was it, like a minute in? Clear
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
line.
If I'm being honest, I feel every time they play, Dortmund do well in the first 10 minutes, and then Bayern just shut them down and say, "Look, this is our game."
Exactly.
That's what
Thank you.
happens.
Well,
Yeah.
a poor piece of goalkeeping made it easier for Bayern because they could just sit a little more
Oh, no,
deeper.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was a poor shot. It was a poor goalkeeping moment. He was out of position. His hand wasn't strong. But you know what? Credit to Bayern Munich and credit to Joshua Kimmich for seeing that moment, seeing the opportunity, taking it.
I mean, like,
It was a great
Well,
finish by him.
I mean, I think Dortmund did have a key moment to score. Haaland had that nice little break, but of course the FC Bayern Roadrunner came down and
Yeah.
said goodbye. Say Haaland, no, not today. You're not scoring against Alphonso Davies. And
Honestly,
I
though,
mean-
like Fonzie just loses the ball at like half, and he's back to get it.
Yep.
Though.
Alfonso has that incredible ability to track back as fast as he can, but the only fault in his game right now I see is that he's sometimes out of position at times. He's still, creating chances on both ends of the pitch. I mean, on the offensive side of the pitch, and he's tracking back, defending. He's out of this world.
I mean, realistically, yeah, that's like a fair criticism. And with players that are kind of out of position as fullbacks, I know Hector Bellerin in the past. He was a guy who really relied on his pace especially when he was out of position. And now that he's gotten injuries, he can't really fully rely on the pace, and he's starting to get exposed in some parts of his game. So hopefully Alphonso Davies doesn't improve that part of the game. He's still very young, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Bayern
this
is
can
just
happen.
you play so confidently and like so far up because you're Bayern Munich, right? Like against these lower teams. And I don't mean like Dortmund there.
I
but,
know
like,
what you mean. Yeah.
you can just play so far forward and sometimes get caught out of position on a counterattack.
Unfortunately,
To talk about Borussia
yeah.
Dortmund, I think all of their hopes and chances of winning that match left as soon as Haaland left. He did pick up an injury there in the second half, and honestly, after that, I thought Dortmund just looked flat going forward.
I
There was
mean,
no
you
pinpoint
say
to their
that.
attack.
but I don't think Haaland's been Dortmund's best player since the Bundesliga is restarting.
No, but
I-
I think with Haaland up front, you can put a ball over top, or you can slip something
Maybe,
through
but-
to him, and you have that pin. You have like the focal point of your attack. They lost that when he came off.
Kind of. I feel like they've been doing pretty well without him, especially today against
Oh yes,
Paderborn. You saw that Thorgan Hazard has been a real cog for
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund. He's been doing a lot for them, scoring goals, creating chances.
To be fair,
So,
it
I
is
don't know.
Paderborn. They are last place.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. Thorgan Hazard has upped his game to another level at Dortmund. He's been
Is
playing
he?
phenomenal.
is he the better Hazard?
I mean,
I'm not gonna.
he's got
jokes.
better
I mean,
stats
jokes.
this season, but he's not the better player.
You look at the game against Bayern. When Haaland went off, they brought on Reina. They brought on Sancho. I thought that was Jadon Sancho's one of his quietest matches. I mean, this is a big moment for him coming back from the break, coming into a game against Bayern Munich, and he didn't light the world on fire.
He
coming
obviously
in.
wasn't fully fit. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
No, of course not. He was fat.
Lucas, do
Too
you know who
many-
I thought
too
was
many
very good
pies.
for Dortmund though? Lukasz Piszczek.
Oh
What was
yeah.
it? Let me guess.
He had a nice tackle on Lewandowski from. Oh, it was clean.
Then
A
she
little
gave
dirty,
a pat.
but yeah, that was nice to see the camaraderie there.
I thought
But-
Lewandowski had a good game.
Oh, yeah.
Again, a little quiet, but I thought he was in dangerous positions.
Well,
It
when
was
is
a
he
tight
not?
game. Yeah,
Well, of course.
it was a tight game. It was 1-0, so I mean, He was still doing
Does
a lot
that
for his
does that
team.
wrap up the Bundesliga for you guys? You think? Is
Oh
the
no, definitely. There's
title
still a lot to
done?
talk about. No. Title
The
likely
title
is done,
done?
yeah. But I think a talking point in the Bundesliga also right now is Schalke, who they haven't been playing really well recently. They've lost
Ooh.
every game since returning.
Yeah, they're pretty
They-
bad.
They've scored 1 goal, I'm pretty sure, two since return. This weekend they've lost to Dusseldorf 2-1, and then before that they lost 3-0 to Augsburg, I'm pretty sure. Oh no. No. They lost to Werder Bremen this weekend 1-0. And then they lost to Dusseldorf during the weekday. It's not been pretty.
I mean,
Look,
they're
Not at all.
they're 10 points off the relegation playoff spot with 5 games left. Is it possible?
Yeah. Yeah, it is possible.
and the thing is, they also weren't really playing well before the break either.
They
Looking
have not
back
been
at
good
their
all year.
no, they lost like 3-0 to Cologne. I probably butchered that. Leipzig beat them 5-0 in February. Let me see. Their last win, I think Schalke, was
That's a
against
very long time.
Mönchengladbach, January 17th, 2-0. This has been awful form from one of the Bundesliga's most historic teams.
Generally, they do.
Or more-
I don't see
Not-
where the goals are going to come from their side. They
No.
don't really have the best goal-scoring
No.
threats, in my opinion.
I mean, they've got some creative talent here with like Harit in the middle, but other than that,
I mean, like Harita is a good player, but like you need
Yeah.
guys that can actually score goals, and I don't. In my opinion, Gregor Rich
You know who
isn't
they
that
need,
guy.
Lucas? They need Klaas-Jan Huntelaar back.
I think he's
Who
gonna
they-
pass.
I mean, I think a lot of teams could use a Huntelaar
I
on
think
their
he's
team.
gonna pass his prime, but yeah, Schalke are
A little
currently
bit.
they're currently sitting 10th in the Bundesliga, 9 wins, 10 draws, 10 losses. Yeah, not good.
And their starting goalkeeper is going to Bayern to sit on the bench next season.
Could this be another case of where we see a very reputable Bundesliga team kind of just fall down and maybe get relegated at some point?
I mean, it happened a few years ago. Was it last season or 2 years ago with Hamburg? Last season, Stuttgart got relegated. Hanover, I think, got relegated.
Wolfsburg
swear-
have been down near the bottom for a little
I
bit.
swear, in the Bundesliga, it's like you lose like 2 or 4 games in a row or something, you go in bad form, and you can be close to the drop.
And Werder Bremen, they're 17th right now, despite winning this weekend.
Yeah.
So, like, there's been a
that's-
lot of historic sides in the past that have, well, at least have done good in the 21st century who put themselves in trouble. I mean, like, earlier in the 2010s, I think Gladbach were a relegation threatened side, and now we see them as a
Jesus.
top half club or challenging for Champions League.